Hello viewers, let's start the continuation of the class, that is parental route of administration. Here the definition of parental route of administration is a drug administered parenterally is one injected via a hollow needle into the body at various sites and to varying depth. So if a drug is inserted like through the help of needles into our various sides of the body into varying depth, or it is called as the infusion by means of a needle or catheter inserted into the body is called as parenteral route. Here infusion means nothing but administering medication directly into the bloodstream called infusion by means of needle or catheter inserted into the body and shows his pharmacological action. This route of administration bypasses the alimentary canal. So instead of oral cavity, we choose the parenteral route of administration. Next, the term parenteral comes from Greek words, that is para means here outside and enteron means the intestine, outside the GIT system. We choose the body like body through parenteral route. So here the classification of parenteral route is IV nothing but intravenous, IM intramuscular, SC subcutaneous, intraarterial, intraarticular, intrathecal and intradermal. These all are classification of parenteral administration. Next, we learn about one by one through deeply. Here intravascular nothing but IV and IA is under the IV and IA. We should know about the intravascular. Placing a drug directly into the bloodstream is known as intravascular. A drug is inserted directly into the bloodstream through intravenous into a vein or intra-arterial into a arteries. So with the help of intravascular injection, we directly enters the drug into the vein or an artery. Next, the advantages of intravascular is it shows the action very accurately, means fastly. Immediate onset of action means when we inserted the drug into our body, it shows its pharmacological action immediately. And 100% bioavailability occurs. Here 100% bioavailability means the rate of extension of metabolism occurs very quickly. And next, disadvantages. Here risk of embolism. The risk of embolism means nothing but a clot formation, a typically clot formation in blood or a formation of air bubble in an artery because of obstruction of an artery. Next, high concentration leads to adverse effect. If we inserted the drug in high concentration, it leads to the adverse effects or side effects, nothing but embolism. And next, intramuscular, that is intramuscular is the injection of substance directly into the muscle. The injection is inserted directly into the muscle. Why we choose intramuscular means muscle have larger and more numerous blood vessels than subcutaneous. So compared to the subcutaneous, the muscles have the larger and more blood vessels. It is usually faster absorption occurs. The absorption of a drug takes place very quickly, rapidly. Next, drugs used for IM, that is atropine, haloperidol, palperidone, lorazepam, codeine, morphine and vitamin B12 injections forms. Next, the vaccines also used in IM, that is hepatitis A vaccine, rabies vaccines, influenza vaccine. So why we choose hepatitis A vaccine in hepatitis A virus. Here hepatitis A virus is nothing but highly contagious tissue infection caused by hepatitis A virus. How it spreads means it spreads from contaminated food or contaminated water. When we take in the contaminated food or water because the hepatitis virus. And next, rabies virus. What is meant by rabies virus means a deadly virus that is spread to the people from the saliva of infected animals. Example, stray dogs. Nothing but when the dog is bite, the patient will get rabies virus. So we can give the person rabies vaccine. Next, influenza. Influenza vaccine is treated for influenza virus. Here influenza virus is nothing but viral infection. It is like a flu, attacks the lungs, nose and throat. So sites of administration in IM. Here where sites: deltoid muscle, upper arm, ventrogluteal site, hip of muscle, vastus lateralis in infants less than 7 months with loss of tone. Here vastus lateralis is in the a muscle in thigh. So infants below the 7 months we can administer the drug. Next, dorsogluteral site, that is nothing but buttock. Next, here subcutaneous injection. A subcutaneous injection is administered as a bolus into the subcutis, the layer of skin directly below the skin. Here dermis and epidermis is present. So subcutaneous injections are administered in the fat layer underneath the skin. So in underneath the skin we have epidermis and dermis. So subcutaneous injection is instead administered in the fat layer underneath the skin. Next, drugs are used for subcutaneous is insulin, morphine, diacetylmorphine and goserelin. These are the drugs. Next, subcutaneous tissue has few blood vessels. So compared to that IM, it have few blood vessels and injected slowly for sustained rate of absorption occurs. Means sustained means slow rate of absorption is occurs. A person with insulin dependent either type 1 or type 2 diabetes mellitus injects insulin under the skin into the fat layer. If a person diabetes patients, he injects or she injects the insulin under the skin into the fat layer. The sites includes here outer area of upper arm and abdomen means stomach, abdomen from the rib margin and front of thigh and upper back, the upper area of buttocks. These all are the sites for subcutaneous administration. Next, intra-articular. Here intra-articular, it is a joint injection. Intra-articular is a procedure used in the treatment of inflammatory joint conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, gout and occasionally osteoarthritis. Here inflammation occurs. When we occurs arthritis, nothing but joint pains. Here rheumatoid arthritis is a chronic disease of the joint. In joint pains causes redness or pain, inflammation, and psoriatic arthritis, nothing but the patient who suffer from the psoriasis. And gout, here gout means severe pain and redness and tenderness occurs in the joints. And next, osteoarthritis, nothing but it is also an inflammation at the end of bones when down, cause inflammation. So it is used in the treatment of painful musculoskeletal condition. So it is a joint injection, means when we occurs the joint pains, which is intra-articular injection. Drugs are used for IA. It is nothing but betamethasone, methylprednisolone acetate, dexamethasone, triamcinolone, hexacetonide. Next, betamethasone sodium phosphate. Some of the drugs used in intraarticular. Next, intrathecal. Intrathecal administration is where drug is injected into the cerebrospinal fluid. So we administer the drug through intrathecal in spinal cord. So cerebrospinal in attached to the brain and spinal. Here example is epidural anesthesia. Epidural anesthesia, why we give this anesthesia means it causes some loss of sensation temporarily. So for administration of some cytotoxic drugs to treat brain tumors, in brain tumor also we use intrathecal. So drugs are used for intrathecal is nothing but morphine, baclofen, ziconotide, clonidine, midazolam, ketamine, bupivacaine, ropivacaine. These are some of the drugs used for intrathecal. Next, intraarterial. Intraarterial injection of drugs occasionally occurs, especially in addicts whose veins may be difficult to find. When the person addicts the sedative drugs, it causes that injection may mostly in posterior or medial malleolar region to inject the internal ankle perforator vein or groin. Here groin means nothing but femoral artery, nothing but a larger artery in the thigh and back of the knee. We use intraarterial injection. Next, intradermal. Here intradermal means intradermal injection are delivered to dermis. So skin we have epidermis and below the epidermis we have dermis or the skin layer underneath the epidermis. Next, it provides local and also systemic effect. Used for tuberculin skin. For testing of allergies we use intradermal injections. Next, inhalation. Here the drug administered by inhalation through the mouth must be atomized into smaller droplets than those administered by nasal route. Through nose compared to the inhaler, when we through mouth the drug must be in atomized means small particles are present in that inhaler. So when we inhaler is used for asthma patients, it must be atomized into the smaller droplets. So then it can pass through the windpipe trachea and enters into the lungs and shows its pharmacological action. By the contraction of the lungs, it shows the relaxation of the pulmonary respiratory system. Next, the drugs nasal spray. Here budesonide, that is nothing but Rinocort, triamcinolone, Nasacort, Siclisonide, Zetona, Omnaris, Fluticasone, Flonase, Beclomethasone, Beconos aqua. Next, the last part of the parenteral route is transdermal. A simple patch that you stick onto your skin like an adhesive bandage, which utilize passive diffusion. Passive diffusion I will explain in next class. Next, of drugs across the skin as delivery mechanism. When intact skin deliver the drug at control rate of systemic circulation. When it is like a patch means nothing but it is like containing as a bandage. Like when the bandage is intact to the skin, it slowly delivers the drug at control means slow rate occurs. Slow rate of action will takes place and enters to the systemic circulation and shows is a pharmacological action.